Organizations have broken talent escalators, which means that they're not architected, they're not designed for the workforces and the type of work that we do today. And when it comes to longevity and looking at our full careers, our full work span of when we want to be engaging and contributing, it becomes very, very obvious that the talent escalator is broken. I can use a story to kind of have you in your mind imagine how this feels, and you'll probably be able to place yourself somewhere along this escalator. So the world of work is structured so that by the time we're in our 60s, we're done. The word to retire actually means to withdraw. Like it is a concluding statement. And it hits us at a moment in our lives where we're nowhere near ready to conclude. We are active and vibrant and healthy and living longer than we ever have before. So the structure and the architecture that assumes that we are going to be at a stage that we are not at means that when we start our career, we get onto the escalator and we have a desire to be productive and contributing all the way through till we are, let's say, 70s, in some cases, people well into their 80s. So you get onto an escalator and you start riding it up, and the up is time. So you start riding it over the course of your career. And as you get to the fourth floor on this escalator, and then certainly by the time you get to the fifth floor, there's all these cues around you that are starting to let you know that the top of the escalator is coming. And when you get to the fifth and sixth story of this escalator in this story, what you notice is that it's actually ending. And in front of you is a landing with a whole bunch of other people that are all trying to figure out how to get to the next escalator to continue the ride. And as you hit that top step, you have a choice. You can either step off onto the landing and hope that you find your way, although there's lots of evidence of lots of people who aren't able to do that. Or as the top step of the escalator disappears under the landing, you can take a step back. And you can ride the top step of the escalator as if it's a treadmill all day long. It is boring. It is not fulfilling, but it is predictable. And you know who you are when you're on that step, and you don't know what will happen to you if you step off. So because organizations have not created career paths that allow us to change, to grow, to decide, I've been an accountant for 30 years. Maybe I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do something else, and to transition with purpose in our mid-careers into a next phase of our career before we retire. Because there's no architecture for that and it hasn't been normalized, everyone just stalls on that top step. And then it causes a treadmill effect on all of the steps all the way down the entire talent stack. That's a broken talent escalator. And the impact it has at the bottom of the escalator is a whole bunch of people looking up at an organization, seeing a whole bunch of people on treadmills, thinking about what that culture feels like every single day, recognizing these are not places you want to age in, and choosing alternate paths, not staying long, or not getting on the escalator at all. And then everyone else looks at these younger generations and says, younger people, they're so different than us. It's not that they're different than us. It's that work has changed. And they want the same thing that everyone wants, which is productive and purposeful work that keeps them growing and engaged with colleagues that want to be there. And being stranded on the top step of the escalator sucks. It feels awful. And so that's why it's really important that organizations recognize they've got broken talent escalators and they need to fix them.